Swiss Gold Global. Oh, look out. We're live. Here we go again. Welcome, everybody, wherever you are around this big round planet called Mother Earth. And it's another Google or YouTube live hangout for Swiss Gold Global Australia. And it's Monday, the 11th of September. I hope you've got all your Christmas stocking plans on the go. Packing plenty of contracts, virtual contracts into the stocking. That's what most members are looking forward for to Christmas, lots of contracts. So we want to talk about that tonight. It is our fifth live hangout for Swiss Gold Global Australia. So absolutely fantastic. Now, as usual, we've asked the owner to come on, Bill. So he's actually just packing away a couple of his own contracts into a stocking, putting them under the bed. So he'll be on any second. But there's a few people watching, so welcome everybody. Thanks for watching. It's going to be a short one, and we normally say that takes about 30 minutes, but we do have a lot to cover. And so first off, I'd just like people to say hello and give a maybe 30-second introduction, because we do have people that have never seen us before. I've invited a whole bunch of people who've never heard of Swiss Gold Global, never heard of Bitcoin or Bitcoin mining, or don't understand that. So when I introduce you, just introduce yourself and give us a 30-second bio. So I'll start. My name's Keithy Broom. I live in Brisbane, and I've been on the internet for about 2.5, 3 years now, and I've been involved in Bitcoin for about 18 months. One business led me into Bitcoin, which has led me into Swiss Gold Global. So all our lives are a bit of a journey. So my journey has gone there, and now I'm here. And all of a sudden, meeting all these people, my life's exploded for the better. Very, very exciting next 6-12 months for me and everyone I come in contact with. So that's me, 30 seconds. So it's a big welcome to Claudia Eifert. She's our Platinum Ambassador here at Swiss Gold Global. Good evening or good morning, Claudia. How are you?
Good morning, Keithy. This is morning here in, well, actually almost midday here in Germany. It's cold. It's getting to certainly autumn here. Yes, I'm with Swiss Gold Global since 9 years. And if you haven't heard about that, shame on you. No, 9 years. We have so with the company, we started out as a gold company, as you know, gold, silver, and we just recently, really last year, added all those Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, cryptocurrency mining, and it is exploding so much that we sell out contracts as quick as they come on board. Why? Because they give a better return than any bank. So that's to me. I'm here to serve you, to help you get and explode this business over there in Australasia, the beautiful Australasia, where I did not see on my last trip any of days. Well, I saw kangaroos, but I didn't see the koalas. So I'm still gonna hope to see them when I come on my next tour, guys. But yeah, this is just quickly to me. Let's move over to Karen to introduce herself.
Hi everyone, I'm Karen. I'm in Solihull in the UK, right in the middle. I've been on the internet probably working about 3 years now. Had mixed experiences until 14.5 months ago. I found Swiss Gold Global, and I really haven't looked back since. And now just getting daily, part-time, passive income, as you like to hear, Keithy. And just haven't looked back. I mean, we've got a meeting coming up, as you know, in 3 weeks, so really excited about that and can't wait to see where we're going to go from here.
Yeah, I'd like to run through that a little bit later. Actually, I got that mentioned about the events coming up, so we'll get some info from you. So that's the two ladies in Europe and the two blokes down under. And here he is back on again this week, Paul Weeks. G'day, mate. How are you going? Who are you?
Very well on the golf. Very well on the golf coach.
Tell the people who you are, mate.
Okay, my name is Paul Weeks. I've been in internet marketing now for 3 years. So I'm looking forward to getting involved with this, the mining side of crypto. It's Swiss Gold Global, we're out here just recently, and it, and it looks pretty exciting stuff. So it's a new twist for myself, but I'm looking forward to getting Melbourne Cup contracts going. So that's a twist for us down here on the Gold Coast.
How does that work out? Melbourne Cup contracts. What do you mean by that, mate?
You were talking about Christmas contracts. We work in sporting circles here in Australia. We have the Cox Plate, we have Melbourne Cup, we have all sorts of sporting events. So Melbourne Cup is one of the biggest events in Australia. So we're going to have contracts for the Melbourne Cup in Swissquote Global.
Very, very good indeed. Okay. Oh, watch out! Here comes Bill. He's arrived at the party. We'll just.
G'day, Keithy. How are you? Good morning to you.
Yeah, very good, Bill. Yeah, just.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, he just can't see you, Bill. Just your camera needs to go on.
Well, my camera's on, but it's not working.
Oh.
It's clicked on there. It says it's on, but it doesn't show Keithy. Hello, Karen. Hi, Paul.
They're all. We're all here. Fantastic. Okay, well, we've got you.
We're all here.
We've got you vocally anyway. We maybe can fix your camera as we go along. If you can. Not sure technically why you jump out off the call and then back on again. Maybe it'll reset your camera. Not sure if that'll work, but
well, I tried on my phone, but the link didn't take me straight in. The link you gave me didn't take me straight into the call.
All right. So you're obviously here, but maybe I'm not quite sure how your computer's set up. But tonight, Bill, we're obviously we just did a quick intro. Claudia, Karen, and Paul, myself. Quick introduction, 30 seconds who we are. So maybe I could just throw to you just for the start, the first bit, to give us a maybe 30-second or 45-second introduction to yourself, because tonight there are people watching our Hangout for the first time who've never heard about Swiss Gold Global, or me or you or anyone. So I'll throw to you to give yourself a bit of a quick intro.
Well, thanks so much for hosting these particular calls, Keithy, and of course Karen in the UK and Paul assisting you there. Yeah, my name is Bill Rowell. I'm the CEO and founder of Swiss Gold Global. It really dates back to about 2008, but my journey starts a lot earlier than that, of course. I'm actually born in Melbourne, Australia, raised on a dairy farm. Been a self-employed entrepreneur since 1986, and in 2004, 2005, I came over to Europe, so I've been living there ever since. In 2008, I founded a Swiss company, and the idea of that company was to be able to provide ordinary people the ability to save intangible assets such as gold and silver. So we've been serving our private members around the world since that period of time, where they can convert their paper wealth, whether it's the Aussie dollar, US dollar, euro, whatever it might be, into some gold and silver, primarily because if you save in paper, you're going backwards. And in my last visit to Australia, I've been away for some time now, probably the biggest thing I noticed there was the cost of living, how it's increased significantly since I was there. Now, my history is I owned 4 hotels over 20 years, so I dealt with a lot of food wholesalers and suppliers, so I know the prices pretty well in my head. And when I came back here, I was pretty shocked at what the increase was. And that's primarily because of the monetary system we live under. So Swiss Gold Global is really a way where it allows people to be able to diversify income, which is really key. If you think about it, Keithy, if your paper wealth is going to buy less than half of what it does today, like 100 Aussie dollars today, or New Zealand dollars is going to buy X, Y, Z, well, in 9 or 10 years from now, you're going to need $200 to buy the same amount of goods and services, which means you and I, everyone around us around the world, because it's a global dilemma, this, is that we have to, there's a sense of urgency to increase our incomes. And wages have nowhere been keeping up with, of course, what's been going on. So that's really the purpose of Swiss Gold Global. So Swiss Gold Global, as you know, Keithy, you can get paid daily as you do in our cryptocurrencies. That's another discussion, of course. You can preserve some of your wealth into physical gold and silver. It's a very liquid platform. You can sell back whenever you want, and for members, there's no sell back fees and different things. And you get the ability to also generate affiliate income, which is what people need all around the world. So that gives you a bit of a summary, longer than 30 seconds, but of what we do.
Yeah, very, very good indeed. And you've hit on a couple of key notes. That the financial world is changing for everybody in every single country around the world, and it's Swiss Gold Global to the rescue. It's the Lone Ranger. If you're any good on a white horse with a Stetson hat on, Bill, maybe we can get you. That might be a Christmas party outfit. The old white horse riding into history. Just need a Tonto.
Get me a Harley Davidson. I'll dress up on that. That'll be okay. Not the horse.
No, you'd kill yourself on a Harley Davidson, mate. You drive too quick. So, we want you around for the years to come, mate, guiding the ship. So that brings us to tonight's hangout. And the main thing is that we're all here essentially with the brand new people that are watching to find out how they can earn part-time passive income. Now, Bitcoin mining and gold and silver, if you're looking to build wealth, and gold and silver, as you say, Bill, is the way to go. There's no question about that. And that's what you've been doing since 2008. If you want income, part-time passive income now, if you want to start building your wealth, then the cryptocurrency mining is the way to go. And now in our stable of products, we've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dashcoin, and Zcash. And through the strategic partnership with Genesis Mining, we've only got 1 out of the 5 products available. That's the Ethereum contracts. So tonight, Bill and Claudia, Karen and Paul want to have a quick cover off of, especially you, Bill, if you can give us an update of any information you have with the Bitcoin mining contracts, because they're very, very popular, what state they're at, and Ethereum, because they're available. I've been buying them every week. My team's been buying Ethereum every week, the contracts. Can you give us maybe an explanation of how good Ethereum is in comparison to Bitcoin? And Claudia sums it up brilliantly, I think. There's gold and silver, there's Bitcoin and Ethereum. The relationship between the two is almost in parallel in the crypto and in the solid precious metals. Gold and silver have the partnership of being good in both areas, and the crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum being good in both areas. So that's what we want to do. We also want to cover off a couple of questions about some promotional stuff that's come up, and the events. Want Karen to go over the live events that are coming up, and talk about maybe if we've got any people watching want to throw a question up on the live chat about, give us a bit of an update, what country they're in, and are they doing anything locally? Like, are they having coffee every week with a number of new people, or they have their own little get-together plan once a month? Just some live chat feedback would be great for that. So what I'd like to do, Bill, is first go to you, and if you could just give us an update of right up to the minute of the Bitcoin contracts and the best way we can use Ethereum as well, and the uses for that, if you wouldn't mind, Bill. Go ahead.
Sure, Keithy. Well, as everyone's aware, the Bitcoin contracts are not available. We had them available for a pre-sale, which lasted about 18 hours, but the demand was significant. Now, hopefully this week, in the next couple of days, we're going to actually be able to push those contracts live. It won't be the 31st of October when they'll get them. Hopefully it's going to be this week when you'll actually get those contracts live. That's what we're anticipating. Don't hold that as gospel at this particular point. Let me see what we can pull off here, but that's what we're planning on. We should know that within the next 48 hours. Primarily what the problem is right now is this huge global demand. People around the world are waking up, of course, to Bitcoin because the price hitting towards $5,000, of course. People are now starting to take a serious look, as many people thought when it hit $1,000, when it hit $1,500, when it hit $2,000, it was all over, and they're too late. And then, of course, it kept on going. And then people started to understand and comprehend it's not just about the price of Bitcoin, it's what it can actually do, what its actual purpose actually is. So there's just a lot more interest around the world coming on. We just saw, I posted last night that, and I think Claudia also did, because she told me about it, that one of the Swiss cantons, or one of the Swiss states in Switzerland, has approved Bitcoin for paying taxes. So you can see, just notices like this are awakening people around the world. Well, this is not a scammy thing. This is the real deal. This is actually currency. Like you have the Australian dollar, you have the American dollar, you now have Bitcoin as a currency, and the currency will have an exchange rate, just like Australian dollar has an exchange rate value against US dollar. Well, the Australian dollar is going to have an exchange rate against the Bitcoin. In fact, what it is at the moment, Keithy, the Aussie dollar to the Bitcoin, roughly?
About 5,300.
And how much was it when you started doing this?
700. 700.
And what do you have to do to get paid every day, Keithy?
Oh, my favourite word, Bill. Oh, 2 words. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so that's the thing. That's one payment option that you have with Sysgold Global. So let's touch on. So I just touched on that the Bitcoin contracts are not available, and Bitcoins are primarily is the godfather of the peer-to-peer payment. If I want to transact between myself and Keithy, and he accepts Bitcoin for payment, and I accept it as well, we can transact. It's absolutely no problem with that. And it's dynamic. Its market cap now is well over $60 to $70 billion, I believe, which is absolutely significant. That is truly significant in such a short time that this company has been alive. To be quite honest, the technology has been going. Ethereum, I think I heard Claudia touch on that primarily. Ethereum is really the godfather, or let's say the godfather when it comes to peer-to-peer transacting or smart contract area. And everything that's been developed today, not everything, but let's say a vast majority of new applications being developed have been developed on the Ethereum platform. So this is also an algorithm in one sense, or a cryptocurrency that has a lot of upside to it. Now we've seen it, at the start of January this year, we had a look at it and got engaged. And I know I certainly was, I know Claudia was, and I don't know whether you were, Keithy, but certainly in January this year, Ethereum was only $7 or $8. Pulled back to $8 to $9, I should say. But generally, it was around about $12 to $13. But then it went from there, and it touched $400. I mean, wow, that's a Ferrari. That's just gone. Of course, it's then pulled back, of course, which you'd expect of that. It's pulled back below 200, and now it's hovering, in around the 300 mark, I think it is. So, but I look at these in 2 ways. I don't look at, some people are speculating in this and trading it, and that's okay. If you're a trader and a speculator, that's what you're doing, you're good at it, you can do that and you can scalp your profits. I'm more of a long-term, I like to mine for it, I have a long-term vision on it. I'm getting good return on my mining contracts, even on the Ethereum mining contracts. You had bought an Ethereum mining contract, 12 weeks ago or 3 months ago, you would have seen, in the third-party calculators that you would have probably got 3 times the return of your money in the first year. At the moment, it's probably showing around about break even, and the second year is complete 100% profit. Now, where else can you get that? Try and do that in real estate. Try and do that in the banking sector. You've got to remember, this is something that's very liquid too. I mean, you're getting paid out in Ethereum, and you can, of course, convert them, or you choose to be paid out in Bitcoin too, of course. It's a very, very liquid, a liquid situation. And the great thing is that you don't have to mortgage your home to get started. I think you told me, Keith, that every week you're compounding your contracts, and I know Paul probably is as well, from as little as $30 a week. I mean, it's smart. For $30 a week, I mean, you can spend more than that just having coffees. I mean, I certainly do each week, and you're converting that into an asset. In one sense, it's going to continue to pay out and double your money in the second year. So this is very, very exciting for me, and it's available for everyone, regardless of who you are. I mean, I know Karen in the UK, we have, I think it's in her team actually, we have Mary, she's branded herself as the Bitcoin granny, which is absolutely fantastic. And she's in her mid-80s, a very vibrant lady, smart lady, but here she is in the mid-80s taking on this technology and getting paid out daily. I mean, there's no excuse not to get involved. If you realize what's happening to your Aussie dollar or your New Zealand dollar, whatever currency it might be, you've got to, and consciously aware of that, you have to actually increase your income. We all have to, because the system's designed that we have to. If you're not increasing your income, you're going backwards, and that is not a good scenario for everyone. You'll be left behind financially and put into financial difficulties. So you don't have to do that, and through these different contracts, you have the ability to be able to generate a different payout, and of course you can compound that even further, as I know Karen does very, very well. You do, of course. Keithy and Paul does, of course, through the affiliate program as well, and even that's cost effective. I mean, you can own a global business for about $1.30 a day. I mean, that's a half a cappuccino. It's probably a third of a cappuccino in Melbourne right now, the cost of it. So it's very, very cost effective, and you're learning a new skill. You're getting engaged with people who have a purpose in life, who want to be able to build wealth and share wealth with each other, help support each other, and it's fun. To be quite honest, it was fun meeting you guys up there in Surfers Paradise, heading down to where did we go down to?
Nimbin.
Nimbin, that's right. I was going to say the hash town of of Australia, but I won't say that. It could be hash. It could be Bitcoin hash power. It was just great to get engaged with the different people, all trying to live a good life, put bread and butter on the table, pay their rent, earn a bit, and this platform can really do that for you. Now, I think Claudia is also going to go through. We've had some updates in our back office on the crypto side. I think I messaged that to you about 1 a.m. this morning, Keithy. Maybe Claudia might share a bit of that a bit later on this particular call. What else can I say? We're in liaison with Genesis pretty much every day. I'll be having calls with them later today to get more of an idea when Bitcoin's going to become online. But again, you don't have to wait for Bitcoin. Ethereum is a great coin to have, and you're going to make diversification is really important. As I said, not that long ago, Ethereum was paying out more than Bitcoin. Now it's reversed the other way. But it's smart to have both. So now's your opportunity. If you don't have much of an Ethereum, you can do what Keithy's doing, as Claudia and Paul and Karen are doing. You can actually get on there and you can start to also earn some free Ethereums by sharing it with other people, which is really, really good for your diversification for your crypto portfolio. We're also at the moment implementing, and it's not too far from being launched. We did deploy the variable wallet payout. Then we had some issues from Genesis on our integration with that, so we've had to go back to them. But we've got some pretty exciting things coming out, and hopefully it's going to be launched before we get to Karen in the UK. We're going to have a complete new crypto mining website and back end, which is pretty exciting and very, very flexible when it comes to paying out between the different wallets. Now it looks good. I've seen it. Genesis have pushed it to us already. Claudia wanted to know, could she share it with us? Because I actually gave it to her to have a look at. I said no, so I can't do it, because I know you guys are going to screenshot it and put it up on the Facebook, which I can't allow that at the moment. But anyway, that's coming out pretty soon. I would say the next couple of weeks that will definitely be out with a new back end, and even more flexible in paying out in what crypto coin you want to get paid out. It's going to be a very, very nice back end, and of course the front end is going to be nice and easy to market to other people. So that's very exciting.
Now, what about Genesis? Could maybe for the new people, and I read a lot of the posts of existing members. What stage the information you have regarding Genesis are they at regarding their farms? Have they got? I know they've got a number 1 or 2 or 3 farms that they're just about to complete. What's your understanding of their business operation as far as how many farms they'll have coming online in, say, the next 2 to 6 months? Will they have an oversupply of available hash power that we can buy as the business grows? Because we've got thousands of people wanting to get involved. What's your understanding, Bill, of how their operation is going? Are they obviously they're being smashed by the interest, like you say? Bitcoin's just exploded in everyone's mind now. How are they traveling as far as their business is going to be able to supply us with contracts, Bill? Well,
it's first of all, I mean, this is their key business, so it's in interest for them to be able to expand and be able to sell. That's the first thing. I mean, North America, Sweden is probably the biggest one that's coming online. That's each particular hall. And I was only speaking to them last week about this. They're a bit behind in their commissioning of this particular play, because there's legalities that they must go through. It's not just a matter of buying of getting a hall. Imagine the size of hall, 3,500 square meters. I believe this is the next military base type thing where they have this particularly stored. So there's a lot of legalities and local contracts and judiciaries that they've got to actually get approval for this type of thing. Then of course, electricity supply contracts, connections, but they're advancing very, very well. And to answer the question whether they're going to have an unlimited supply, I don't know whether I could answer it that way, but I know that they're going. Listen, they are huge, and this is their core business, so they're expanding all the time. and they have great connections. They're attracting great people from different parts of the world. They're attracting great people from the electricity sector as well, as you can imagine. If you have an electricity bill of €2 million, which is what, over 3 million Aussie dollars per month, any electricity company will be waving to you, say, we can supply you. So they're getting a lot of interest from different areas. I won't give any, I can't really say any more than that, because I'd just be guessing, and I want to deal with facts rather than just speculation. But obviously this is their key, one of their key contracts, of course. But again, that doesn't stop people from getting engaged. You can get engaged right now with the Ethereum, and it is smart to own Ethereum. No question about that, Keithy. It's diversification, and I'm a great believer in diversification.
Absolutely. Well, for myself and a number of people on my team, I was just talking to a guy today. He's been buying Ethereum, and I said in 12 months from now we'll have Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Dashcoin, and Zcash, possibly a couple of other contracts through Swiss Gold Global, building our portfolio of contracts, all paying every day into our choice of whatever we want, Ethereum or Bitcoin, into our accounts. So we're going through a process of growth, which is a good thing. And as you say, Ethereum is a fantastic product, and the returns are good. And, you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're both sort of up and down at the moment. So Ethereum's hit 400 already. Now that could go to 500 and 600 over the next 6 months. And all of a sudden, that's a very, very attractive contract to have. So if you can start, like a lot of our people here in Australia, just using it as a savings plan, they're buying a $30 contract, a $30 contract. They're the ones who want the part-time passive income. Small amounts coming into their Bitcoin wallet every day is what they want. They don't want to trade. They don't want to buy and hold. They don't have the funds for that. They're looking for part-time income that is passive, where they don't have, it doesn't interfere with their main job of earning bread and butter for the family, but they do want something on the side that will allow their lifestyle to be slowly lifted up over a 12, 18-month or 2-year period. So people are quite structured and want this part-time passive income. So having Bitcoin, having Ethereum, Litecoin, Dashcoin, all of these products slowly building in the background, part-time passive is what they want. So thank you. Maybe we'll go to Claudia, and you can give us an update on any information that you have that would be great for the people watching. Go ahead.
Sure, Keedy, thank you, and thank you, Bill. Well, my analogy to Ethereum is as well, you know, when you look at gold, and we always, of course, we have been since 9 years working with the gold sector. So the gold sector, obviously, this is the Bitcoin is a 2.0, that's the gold. But then think about it, where is gold used? And where is silver used? So when I look at a little bit at the both, at the Ethereum, well, silver is used in everything. We're speaking through a computer now, which has silver in it, right? You're speaking on the phone all day long, and Bill is probably on the phone right now. What is in the phone? There's silver, is there? Exactly. So when I look at the Bitcoin, and when I look at the other altcoins, really the top 10 of the altcoins, which of course we provide at least the top 5 in Bitcoin contracts. I mean, Ethereum is available, the others not yet. They will come available as well. Again, because they also sold out very quick. When we look at this, you have Ethereum, which is the silver, which is almost used in everything and anything. Do you want to have Ethereum accumulated? I would say so, right? If you are smart. So I really am very much of a fan of Ethereum. So I own myself Ethereum. I own myself not just Ethereum, the coin. I own mining contracts. I own rigs. I own everything in Ethereum. Why? Well, because I like Ethereum, and because, you know, I know, and I heard definitely also from the guys when I was getting educated on Ethereum in the early last year, really from Genesis Mining. I mean, they are big on Ethereum. That's why they are the largest Ethereum provider and contracts in the world. So definitely I'm very much interested, but I want to just give you a little bit of a screen share of you guys here, and just look at Bill just told me this in one of the back offices. but because he can't share it, he was actually going to share it, but now I have to share it because his camera, unfortunately, is not working. So we see here what we just have been deployed just last night, basically, or this morning, just functioning. We have finally got the for the guys who did the pre-orders on the Bitcoin when it was available for 18 hours. You see my screen now, Kitty?
Yeah, get it. See it loud and clear.
Okay, so you see now you have actually here who bought a Bitcoin in this pre-orders. They have it here, and they also have the invoice here, which they can download. They can also look at all their purchase history. For example, so they have that here. They can go to all the buttons and can print out the invoices for their taxation, because there's a lot of people asking about that, and they see also the transaction, and they see all the intervals. So which actually is this payment coming from? Because we had in the beginning of this month, because of all the Bitcoin Cash and all this stuff happening, so you had some which were not paid that day, which were paid a little bit later, and so you see actually to what contract this belongs to, all in this little sort of like a clock here. So you see all this is basically, well, you can basically track and trace every transaction which has been made. So this is just being deployed literally, in the night, during the night, and this early morning here in Germany. So that's a great deployment. That's what I wanted to share you here today. Okay.
Yeah, fantastic. That looks awesome.
Yes, it certainly does. I mean, you can really trace everything, because we had some questions for people, when they said, oh, I have an Ethereum contract, I have a Bitcoin contract, I have this contract, I have this contract, and they have so many different contracts. Where do the payouts belong to? And so they can see that actually all here. Okay.
Yep. Right.
Good. This was from me.
All right. Okay.
But I can tell more. So whatever you ask me, I'm here.
All right. Okay. We'll throw to Karen, because I want Karen to give us an update on the event coming up. Is there anything just before you go, Claudia? Is there anything in Germany or in Europe that you know of?
Well, there's a lot of things, and I'm doing a lot of meetings, obviously, but our bigger like hotel event meetings is going to be, so the Birmingham event, of course, then we have different events all throughout the US. We have major events and then a lot of small events. The major events in the United States, it's going to be the 13th, I believe, I forgot my Saturday, in Dallas, and then the next weekend in Atlanta, and then the next weekend in Miami, when they have caught up with the Hurricane Irma there. So after that, I'm glad to go after. So, but we have basically a huge full schedule in the United States, like really pushing it, like having tons of meetings, but 3 big hotel events, and then lots of smaller hotel events, and then meetings and so on. Basically, we're going to be 1 month in the United States.
Okay, fantastic, awesome. All right, Karen, what's happening in the old Dart? What's going on over there?
Hi, thanks, Keithy. We've got a meeting booked in Solihull, just outside Birmingham, which is on October the 1st, which is a Sunday. It's in a hotel, and there's rooms available there. So if anyone needs to stay over before or after, then I've got that information. The link is on my timeline, plus it's also in all of the groups for anyone in the groups. And of course, if anyone's got any questions, they can ask me. But it's 1 o'clock until 5 o'clock on the Sunday, and we've got Bill and Claudia coming over, of course. And also, we have got a Genesis director coming as well. So perhaps you could tell us more about that, Claudia.
All right, that's awesome. A Genesis director's coming to your. All right, fantastic. All right, Claudia, who's that? Who's coming?
Well, you know what? I can't tell you, or I have to kill you. That's what Bill always said.
Oh, okay.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
That is German humor, you know?
Yeah, it's or not MI5 or MI6 now. forgot what number it is.
We of course we can't release it yet because we don't actually know which one is going to come. So we are 99% sort of that somebody will come, but we don't know if it's going to be Jacob, if it's going to be one of the Marcos.
Okay,
it will be a surprise.
Yeah, well, that's great. Awesome to have someone from Genesis actually attend one of the meetings as well, and what's going on in the US. That's awesome. And if anyone else around the world, it's, you know, just start with meeting a couple of people for a coffee and then grow from there. And that's what we've been doing in Brisbane and in Australia. I know there's a number of groups around. So now, Karen, just on Ethereum, your strategy, can you let people know what you're doing? I know you've got a lot of Bitcoin contracts. What about your Ethereum contracts?
Yeah, Keithy, I'm also taking this time, you know, building up my Ethereum, because obviously all the focus was on Bitcoin to start with, and then we had this other opportunity. I've got a little bit of Dash as well. I didn't get around to doing the others, but I will do when they come back. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, just building up my my Ethereum contracts weekly, just topping it up, and yeah, really excited to see that grow now.
Thank you, Karen. Now, awesome. Now, Paul. Meeting, well, Ethereum, I know you're buying Ethereum, but what about meetings and stuff like that on the Gold Coast? How are you sort of finding people, or how are people finding you? That's maybe the most important thing.
Well, I've been out of the Gold Coast for the last week, up the north of the coast. This week I'm looking for anybody that's around the Sydney Campbelltown area that want to come to one of our SGG meetings. We're having one at Campbelltown Catholic Club next Saturday night, the 17th of September, actually. If there's anybody from Genesis Mining that could turn up, it'd be good. Also on the 18th of September, we've got one in Nelson Bay. Up on the New South Wales North Coast. So if there's anybody around that wants to come along, just give me a call.
Fantastic. Ethereum, you're using the contracts, you're building slowly there?
Yes, yeah, talking more about Ethereum and the blockchain method, and getting people more aware of how the whole system works, actually. Got a couple of videos that I saw from, I think, a Dr. Walsh today about Ethereum. And we'll be putting those up as a presentation when we do our talk about Swissgold Global.
Okay, fantastic. Well, obviously, different parts of the world, there's lots of meetings going on, which just means one thing: the whole business is growing and growing. Now, part of growing the business is using promotional products. Now, in your back office, you have access to print off business cards. Now, there's banners there as well, and one of our members, Bill, I'll throw to you, asked about the banner that I should have had in the back behind me right now, but it's over there. That's the one that you gave me when you got them done here in Australia. I really like them: building generational wealth, pay to save in gold, silver, get daily Bitcoin payouts, all that. That's not listed on the website. Is that going to be added so people can download that and get that printed off in their local supplier, Bill?
Sure, that can be done, Keithy, not a problem.
So that'll be uploaded, or it'll be it just needs to email support to get the actual file, or I suppose you just upload it to the site.
It's a large file, but I'm sure it should be able to be uploaded. But if they want it urgently, maybe it's best they send a ticket to contact@swissgoldglobal.com and just say banner artwork, and we'll get that across to them if you like. But it probably can be uploaded correctly. So. All
right. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you, Bill. Now we've gone over the half hour, but just in finishing off. Lots of people brand new, and they're all sort of asking to me whether this is happening to everyone. I guess it is. How Bitcoin works, how Bitcoin mining works. There's lots of videos that we put out. Now, we have an official Facebook group for the company now, Swissgold Global Corporate. So just search on Facebook for that. And if you're a member or you're looking to get involved in the business, then join that group. We have various other groups throughout different countries. Join them so you get local contacts. We also have an official YouTube channel. And I believe on our website, Claudia, the links are now okay. Is that right?
Correct, Kitty. The links, they do divert you directly to the Instagram or the YouTube or the Twitter and Facebook.
Because on the, especially that, if you go to the bottom of the website, there's the links there. Just click on them and save them as bookmarks on your computer. And if you want to promote the business to people that are finding out, there's some awesome images that our guy who's I guess he's our social media person who's works for the company, and he puts out some awesome content and photos, and they're branded with Swiss Gold Global. He virtually does this every day. So there's a library full of images, which are fantastic to help you grow your business. Now, the other thing I'll mention about the website that is being upgraded, it's about 70% done, I think Bill said the other week. So that'll be the back end of the back office. But the information in there at the moment is unbelievable as far as the content. There's just hours and hours and hours of information there to help you understand and grow the business. And if you go to the official YouTube channel, there's probably 50 different videos, all with information to help you. The Twitter page has updates. The Instagram has beautiful images, and of course the Facebook groups are where people interact and help each other, and that's what it's all about, being part of the Swiss Gold Global family. And we're growing by the 1,000 per week, which is absolutely sensational. So just to finish off, if you could just sort of summarize, maybe Bill, Claudia, Karen and Paul, especially you, Bill, what's happening for you in the next say 3 months of the business, and how you see the growth specifically just in the next 3 months. Bill, if you could maybe give us an insight there.
Okay, well, it's going to expand. There's no question about that. I mean, if you speak to one in 10 people about Bitcoin or Ethereum, maybe they may have heard about it, but not 1 in 10 would understand what it is. So for the people who are joining us for the very first time, yes, it can be complicated, Bitcoin and Ethereum, understanding what this is. Just think of it as the future of money. It is money, it is currency, and it's in your best interest to understand this. We have governments around the world. I just spoke about Switzerland earlier on, how they've adopted it, and some cantons or some states accept to pay taxes, and you can pay in Bitcoin. So this is not going to go away. So it's very important that you get engaged, and most importantly, you learn. And I know that Keithy always uses the word, when you learn, you actually earn as well with us, and you can get started from $30. So the key where we're heading is really expansion, fine-tuning our systems. You spoke about the back office. We're talking about 2 back offices here. One, we have the crypto back office. We're going to be launching a new crypto page, a new crypto back office in the next couple of weeks. But then we have the main Swiss Gold Global website. That's going to be reviewed, and the whole back end there is a pretty substantial makeover. That's going to take some time, but we've got a programmer working on that full time, because it's like in one sense, it's an informative banking back end. So the security levels must be very, very, very tight to stop unwanted people trying to access it and things. So this is what this is our priority right now. Then, of course, over the next 6 weeks, we're going to be also traveling. Of course, we've got meeting up with Karen in the UK, in Birmingham, which is going to be great. And then, of course, from there, we're heading to the US primarily for 3 weekends of events and events in between the main events. And then it's back, and we should be launching some more things. The mobile apps, let's not forget those. The mobile apps will be coming out. They're planned to be coming out at the end of this month. That's the plan. And we want to be able to have it so people will be able to buy on their mobile phone as well. And this is really important when it comes to some parts of the world where they have bad internet connection. They live on their phone. So, be able to do everything on the mobile app, whether it's iPhone or Android. They'll be able to see the daily payouts. They'll be able to see when they get paid an affiliate commission. They'll be able to buy contracts on there. They'll be able to buy membership on there and things. So this is going to be a great leap forward as well. And hopefully that comes out in the next 3 weeks. So that's primarily my update. And as we learn more from Genesis Mining regarding our Bitcoin contracts, we'll, of course, post it on Facebook and send an email out to all our members.
Yeah, certainly the email system works really well. And I think with the corporate Facebook page now, that'll be like the official page to go to. So make sure you join that and save that as your #1 Facebook group, so you get up-to-date information coming through. Claudia, I can't believe how much travel you and Bill do, in how you put so much time and effort into this company. Your frequent flyer points must be 5 gazillion frequent flyer points.
The problem on that is, Keely, I don't drink like the Australians, so I never use, up when I have all those beautiful things served to me. So I'm just so simple. I don't use it.
All right. So next 3 months is going to be pretty crazy for you. How about your own business? You're still growing. Last week you said you had your best month ever, or best week.
Well, I'm 9 years in this business, as you know, and we have been growing very gradually, of course, over the 9 years, a very solid foundation and so on. And of course, this is all now so much exploding to heights which I have never been used to myself. So it's really amazing, and it's really great. It's also a little bit scary. I mean, gosh, this is just so quick. This is just so quick. I can't really keep up. No, but it's good. It's really, really great. It's people waking up to it, and that's the point. People are waking up to Bitcoin who never heard about Bitcoin. People are waking up to Ethereum. I mean, we have Ethereum ATMs now being put in place all over the world. I mean, at Dash ATMs. So people are they're hearing about it. And of course, I mean, imagine people come back to me. They spoke 8 years ago to me, 7 years ago to me. Now, then the other thing which I'm seeing happening is as well, people are getting more interested in the gold. Why? Well, what's happening all over the world? I mean, you see the global uncertainty. You see people realize, hey, you know what? I need to have another income. I'm not getting any more ahead. I mean, we see in Germany, we see the poverty rate now, which they just have had been released. There are 10% of Germany which believe below the poverty rate. There's another 10% which is just barely on the poverty rate. So this is happening. And so I see even not just on the Bitcoin, on the Ethereum side, I see now people moving into gold and silver. Gold will go up again. Silver will go up again. So we see, well, I'm really, really, really happy, of course, obviously, but it's not overwhelming, but it's a lot. It's really great. And I'm just like, have to manage my time. How do I help all those people to get on board, and of course, and get a great, solid understanding. And, so I'm happy. I'm very excited. It's amazing.
Yeah, and there's no shortage of energy coming from your way either. This is fantastic, and you create energy wherever you go, and we really appreciate and love all that. Just like the effort you put in, Karen. What's the next 3 months for you like? Non-stop, no doubt.
Yeah, I've been pretty quiet the past week or so with one thing and another, but yeah, it's I'm really excited about the future. I mean, for me, every month is bigger than the last, just like Claudia's saying, and 14 and a half months in, I just can't believe what's happening to my business. And I'm, really have to thank my team as well, because they're all doing so well, and it's really fantastic to see them actually, reaching new levels as well, and building their business. And I've got people just itching to come in, just everybody's just waking up and seeing the Bitcoin and the Ethereum, and just can't wait for the contracts to come back as well. So people can get on with the Bitcoin as well as the Ethereum, although a lot more are now compounding the Ethereum as well while they're waiting for the Bitcoin, which is absolutely fantastic. Just amazing future ahead. I know that.
Yeah, no question about that. And that's Bill's favorite word, my favorite word, compounding. Regardless of the Ethereum being a 2-year contract, if you're buying $30 contracts and compounding, they're just going to keep going on for year and year and year. So absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Karen. Now we'll go to Paul to finish off. Next 3 months for you, Paul. What's going on?
Well, I'm just going to spread the word, mate, and tell everybody to sell their idle assets and buy Ethereum.
They're idle assets. Anything lying around that's not nailed down. Is that right?
Well, the Midas pick behind you, the didgeridoo, anything you can put on eBay that you can make it. Skateboards. As you know, I sold my car last month, and I put it into BTC mining contracts. So, hey, whatever's sitting out there, just put it in there. If it's sitting around idle, sell it.
I'm not selling my didgeridoo. I might do. Maybe some member overseas. I've got my my Bitcoin mining axe there, my pickaxe. That's all working well. My generic one. For new people, all you need to do is get started with this fantastic company. All you have to do is become a free member. Free member, sign up, make your free account from the person who introduced you to the business, and then start buying some $30 contracts. At the moment, they're Ethereum. And a few weeks from now, they'll be back to Bitcoin, then the Litecoin, Dashcoin, Zcash, and start building your portfolio. If you want part-time passive income, that's the whole key concept. Earn as you learn. Earn about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dashcoin, Litecoin, Zcash through our website, through our YouTube channel, through our Facebook groups, through Instagram, through Twitter. We've got everything covered. And like Bill and Claudia quite correctly said, they are in a bit of shock that the business has just been building since 2008. So we're in a 9-year-old company, folks. You've got to realize this is a long-term business that you're going to join or are in. And all of a sudden, the world's waking up to the new technology of Bitcoin as a currency, and it's exploding. There's 3 countries, as far as I know, Japan, South Korea, and Russia, have accepted Bitcoin as an official currency. In Australia here, the government said, okay, if you want to buy and sell Bitcoin, we're not going to tax you 10% like we did with all commodities. So they've dropped that. I know in other countries, it's very, very close to being accepted as a currency. In the US, they decided it's a currency, it's not a commodity. They don't accept it yet, but they're halfway along that track. So countries are saying, all right, we know it's here, it's not going away. And that's why so many people are getting excited about it. It's 5,200 Australian, about 4,100 American. It has its ups and downs, just like any money being exchanged on a exchange, either a fiat exchange or Bitcoin exchange or all the other exchanges. Last week when China banned, the central bank banned the ICOs, initial coin offerings, because there's now 800 altcoins on the market. They said that's too much. Inexperienced people around the world said, oh my God, and panicked and sold. So all the prices went down. Then after 24 hours, they realized, oh, well, the Earth's not caving in. It is round, it's not flat. So we'll be back to buying more again. So the prices went back up again. So the market does that. You've just got to have faith in the currency of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these new coins that will add to your wealth, and then you can move into gold and silver to grow your wealth again. So thank you very much. We've gone to 52 minutes, which is pretty incredible because there's so much happening every week. Every week there's something exciting happening. We've got meetings in the States, meetings coming up in the UK, in Australia, all over the world. We've had a whole bunch of people watching today, and we got thumbs up as well. Some good questions. Amazing company, Bill. Thank you, Mary. Everybody's on board. G'day. Crypto back offices, all sorts of people are excited about the opportunities for the next 6 to 12 months. So thank you, Bill. If everybody can unmute, we'll just say goodbye tonight. Thank you, Bill, for your time and effort again. We'll get you on in a few weeks' time and give us some updates. Thank you, Bill, for coming on. Paul, thank you. Karen and Claudia, as always. Thank you, everybody. We're saying good night. Have a great week. And go SGG #1. Okay. See you later. Bye-bye.